My brothers and sisters, indeed, enjoying upon you and upon myself the prayer of Tabarak wa Ta'ala. Alhamdulillah, we commence the Ramadan, completed the first one third of it, and almost approaching the end of the second third. And we pray Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala will accept our ibadah. Brothers and sisters, indeed, as scholars always remind us from time to time, the essence of Ramadan is to make us better people. As Allah told us that كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. The fasting has been made obligatory upon you, the way it has been made obligatory upon the generation before you, so that you may attain piety. And what taqwa does is to make you a better person, is to make you one of the best in character. Said by the Prophet that أكمل المؤمنين إيمانا أحسنهم خلقا. He said the best of the believers in character is the one who is best, in iman. أكمل المؤمنين إيمانا. That is one whose iman, whose faith is most perfect, is the one who is أحسنهم خلقا, who is best in character. And that is why our noble Prophet ﷺ, being the most God conscious, at the same time he is the most morally upright among us. And Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala praised his character where he says, وَإِنَّكَ لَعَلَى خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ. You stand on the best and most noble character. My brothers and sisters, indeed, one of the things that you will be able to use to actually see whether Allah wa Ta'ala is accepting your fasting or not. Check how you improve character-wise. Because taqwa and character are connected. Because taqwa is about living your life according to the dictates of Allah wa Ta'ala. It's about abstaining from things Allah asks you to abstain from. That is, do what He wants you to do and abstain from things He wants you to abstain from. And when you do what Allah wants you to do and abstain from things Allah wa Ta'ala wants you to abstain from, then you will be a better person. And at every point in time, those rules are always there. Anywhere you find yourself, there are things Allah asks you to do, and there are things He asks you not to do. Anywhere. Because there is no part of your life that is not applicable to. Your marital life, your social life, your economic life, your political life, your office life. Anything you do as a Muslim, yes, Allah wa Ta'ala, is still, in charge. That's why as a Muslim, you don't accept a job until you first of all ask yourself whether it is halal or what? Haram. Also, while working, you also keep to Allah wa Ta'ala's injunction. And the essence of that is for you to have a better life in this world. As we keep reminding ourselves from time to time, when they say taqwa, then take your mind off from it just about hereafter. So taqwa is about hereafter and of this life. If you have taqwa, your world will be better. Your world will be good. You will enjoy your life. And if you don't have taqwa, you will suffer in life. Yes. If you don't have taqwa, you suffer in life. If you have taqwa, you will enjoy your life. Because the only way through enjoying life is living your life according to the dictate of Allah. And the only way you will survive in life is you to neglect Allah Ta'ala's injunction. Like in the Quran, He said to us that Nasullah, they forgot Allah, that is in this life, and Allah said, Ansahum Anfusahum. He made them to forget themselves. Like the state of the world today, if we don't like it, then the solution to it is changing our ways. We need to make our ways. We need to change our character, because the situation we are seeing are result of our characters. Allah said in the verse of the Quran, in precisely Surah Al-Rum, He says, ظَهَرَ الْفَسَادُ فِي الْبَرِّ وَالْبَحْرِ بِمَا كَسَبَتْ أَيْدِي النَّاسِ. ظَهَرَ الْفَسَادُ فِي الْبَرِّ وَالْبَحْرِ بِمَا كَسَبَتْ أَيْدِي النَّاسِ. He said that, ظَهَرَ الْفَسَادُ, He said, evil have have manifested fil barri, on the earth, on the land, wal bahr, and in the sea, as a result of what? He said, bima kasabat aydin nas, as a result of the handwork of the people. The insecurity we are seeing today are the consequences or are results of handwork. For the poverty level we are seeing today is as a result of our handwork. So if we want to change those things, Ramadan is an opportunity. And when we say Ramadan, I'm not referring to that just about praying. It's not just about dua. You need to match the dua with work. If you work alone and you don't put Allah inside, there will be no barakah. And if you only pray without working, then you will not get the expected result. You want Jannah, pray for Jannah, and you work for Jannah. That's what Allah says, إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. You do righteous deeds. You do righteous deeds. So your deed determines the kind of life you will have in this world. And the kind of life, the result of your deed brought to the world, that determines what Allah will reward you with in the hereafter. That's why your Jannah or your hell, you are building from this world. You build your Jannah through the way you talk to people. You build your Jannah through the way you do your business. You build your Jannah through how you behave in the mosque. You build your Jannah through how you behave on the road. You build your Jannah through how you behave in your office. So actually, any point you find yourself is paths to Jannah and paths to hell. Anywhere you find yourself is paths to Jannah, is paths to hell. So one minor thing that you think is nothing, Allah may, as a result of that, give you what? Jannah. Like the example the Prophet to give us. A prostitute used her shoe to give water to a dog. You see, on the road, she saw an animal. The way she interacted, the way she related with that animal, made Allah to give her Jannah. Another person related with another animal in a different way, that person was given heaven. And that is why we don't take things for granted. So let's take advantage of this month. It is a month where we learn righteousness. And righteousness is about making yourself a better Muslim. A Muslim that is happy to do what Allah wants him to do and try as much as he can to avoid things Allah Ta'ala prohibits. And we need to understand that this life is nothing. The way you came in empty-handed, that's how you will go empty-handed. Allah said to us in a verse that وَلَقَدْ جِئْتُمُونَا فُرَادًا كَمَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ أَوَّلَ مَرَّةٍ. You are going to come back to us alone. That is, you will come back to Allah Ta'ala empty-handed. the way you are created at the initial stage. Even if they bury you with things, you are going with nothing. If they bury you with things, you are what? You didn't go with anything. Because anything you have actually came out of that soil. Yes. It's just a question of they return those things into where they are what? They come from. Yes. If they bury you with gold, gold is gotten from the soil. They didn't get gold from another place. They bury you with silver, that silver is from the soil. Or they bury you with car, the car is made from iron, the iron is from the soil. So it's just we are returning what you took out of the soil into the soil. Just the way your body came out of the soil and it is returned into the soil. Just the way Allah told us that minha khalaqnakum. Out of it we created you. Wa fiha nu'idukum. Into it we are returning you. Wa minha nukhrijukum taratan ukhra. And out of it we will resurrect you another time. And alhamdulillah, most especially you as a Muslim, you already know why you are in this world. You are not here to stay. You are not here for the sake of the world. You came into the world for a purpose. And after discharging your duty, whether you like it or not, you will what? You will leave. So don't plan to stay. Don't plan to stay. Because whether you plan to stay, you don't plan to stay, you will still go. If you pray not to die, it won't stop you from dying. Like I do say, don't waste your time not to pray not to die. You may pray for long life. But even if they ask you long life, how many years? 100? Okay, 200. Okay, let's say inshallah, maybe Allah give you 1,000. But after the 1,000, what will happen? So you will still go, because somebody who have lived up to that is gone. وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا نُوحًا إِلَىٰ قَوْمٍ وَلَبِثَ فِيهِمْ أَلْفَ سَنَةٍ إِلَّا 50 عَامًا. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said, وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا نُوحًا إِلَىٰ قَوْمٍ. We sent Prophet Nuh alayhi salatu was salam to his people. وَلَبِثَ فِيهِمْ أَلْفَ سَنَةٍ إِلَّا 50 عَامًا. He lived with them, for 1,000 minus what? 50 years. لَبِثَ فِيهِمْ أَلْفَ سَنَةٍ إِلَّا 50 عَامًا. Allah give you little mathematics to solve. Yes, he said he lived with his people for 1,000 minus 50 years. So where is he now? Alayhi salatu wasalam. He is gone. So those who live for 100 years, 200 years, they are gone. So that 100 will come. Today we are talking of Ramadan. Of what? 1,004, Hijrah I mean. Of what? How many years? 1,446 already. So by next year it will become 1,446. So that's how it goes. That's how it reduces. That is life. So every day your lifespan is reducing. You are going. Every day you are going. So prepare for going than staying. Work towards going than working towards staying, because you won't stay. The reality is you will go. So work towards reality. Don't deceive yourself. If you deceive yourself, you suffer. And that is why our world is a mess. Because we are actually not working according to reality. We deceive ourselves. You're somebody who has less than 100 years to live. He is accumulating wealth that is more than, enough for over how many years? Huh? Not 1,000. Some people what they accumulate, if they have to just use it, it will take them more than 1,000 years. That's it. So instead of building your home, building your future, you destroy your future. for the sake of what is not yours. May Allah Ta'ala guide us all aright and put us among those who will have the benefit of this blessed month, so that we don't fall within those who only give themselves hunger and thirst, but rather people who make themselves better, who read the Quran, understand the Quran, and live the Quran. So that is the essence of Ramadan. Listen to the Quran, understand the Quran, and live the life of Quran. Because that's what made the Prophet, who, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, who he was, kana khuluquhu al-Quran. Just simple. The messenger, if you want to be like him, no secret. You don't need to go to any alpha. All you need to do is what? Learn the Quran. Follow the do's and don'ts of the Quran. Then you are living the life of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And if you live his life, then you are sure of Allah's blessing. Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala endow us with that. أقول ما تسمع صفر الله عظيم جليل لي ولكم لسان ذنب وخطيئة واستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. أما بعد عباد الله أوصيكم ونفسي بتقوى الله عز وجل. My brothers and sisters, a few days back we were talking about the coming of Ramadan. Ramadan came and almost going, and that's how life is. Yes, some time back nobody talks about us. We came into this world, and we should also know that we are also approaching our own end. Just the way Ramadan is ending, that's how we are also ending. To work towards making your end the best of all. And the only way you can achieve that is by living the life of the Quran. That is the connection we have with the Quran. It's not just about, oh, maybe you need something, you use it to pray, to make money, to get promotion. Material things. Yes, there's no harm. Yes, you can ask Allah what you want. But the ultimate thing is your life to connect to the Quran. Your life to connect to the Quran. And wallahi, if we the Muslims alone in this country will live the life of the Quran, the level of insecurity will reduce automatically without the government doing anything. Because many of us who are involved in all sorts of criminalities will leave them not for the fear of our fellow human beings, but will leave them for the fear of our Maker. That is Allah Ta'ala. You will not kidnap your brother because you will know, because you will remember that Allah Ta'ala commanded you not to what? Harm your brother. The Prophet said to us in a hadith that a Muslim is the one whom other fellow Muslims are free of what? Of the affliction of his tongue and his hand. So you can say you are a good Muslim and you are harming people with your tongue, harming them with your hand, becoming part of those that are creating insecurity where you find yourself, instead of becoming part of those who bring good into society. So Islam is not just about name. It is something that's supposed to show in your body. As a Muslim, even if a non-Muslim stays with you, he should feel safer than staying with his own fellow non-Muslim. That is, as a good Muslim, a non-Muslim, not even your fellow Muslim. If you are truly a good Muslim, even a non-Muslim will feel safer staying with you than even staying with his own fellow non-Muslim. Because you, the Muslim, will protect him, you won't harm him, because you will remember that your messenger, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, told you that du'a'ul mazlum, the prayer of the oppressed, is granted even if that person is a non-Muslim. It's a very clear instruction. He told you your neighbor have right over you. That means as a Muslim, if you have a non-Muslim neighbor, you know that non-Muslim as a neighbor, he have right over you. You won't harm him. You will help him. So we need to check the kind of Islam we practice today. Because many are practicing Islam of name, but not Islam of lifestyle. Yes, your name is Muslim name. Yes, you say La ilaha illallah, but your work is contrary to La ilaha illallah. That is, your work is different from your claim. And that is why Allah Ta'ala told anyone who does that, that Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu, he's talking to believers. He isn't talking to kuffar. He was specific with that instruction. He said, Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu, O you who believe, lima taquluna, why do you say ma la ta'lamun, what you don't do? He said, kabura maqatan, it is mischievous, it is grievous in the sight of Allah, and taqulu, for you to say ma la taf'alun. لما تقولون ما لا تفعلون كبر مقتا عند الله أن تقولوا ما لا تفعلون. You won't come to the mosque and now preach. Maybe if you are opportune to become imam, then you will now go to verse and say Allah إنما المؤمنون إخوة. Right? After you go back, you say these Igbos, these Hausas, these Yorubas. So by the time you come out of the mosque, then we become what? Enemies. That time you remember this one is Igbo, this one is Hausa. But you forgot Allah said, إِنَّا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ مِنْ ذَكَرٍ وَأُنْثَى جَعَلْنَاكُمْ شُعُوبًا وَقَبَائِلَ لِتَعَارَفُوا إِنَّ أَكْرَمَكُمْ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ أَتْقَاكُمْ. So we meet in the mosque, irrespective of your tribe, irrespective of your status, we are all brothers. So when you leave the mosque, the brotherhood doesn't end in the mosque, it continues. If the Igbo man supposed to protect the Hausa man supposed to protect the Yoruba man supposed to protect the Igbo. Each tribe supposed to protect the other. What you don't accept is for people to oppress you, but also you have responsibility of making sure you too don't oppress others. Yes, a good northern Muslim in the National Assembly will not fight to take to the north what belongs to the south. And a good southern Muslim in the National Assembly will not fight to bring to the south what belongs to the north. Because fighting to take what belongs to another person to somebody is oppression. When you finish the oppression, you will regret it. There's one thing for sure. If you are an oppressor, a day will come, you will go down. Because when you there's a limit. You get to your limit, then you will go down. Fir'aun have done that. So one of the biggest mistakes you do to yourself is to oppress somebody. Pray for somebody to oppress you than you being the oppressor. Because Allah is always with the one who is oppressed. And Allah is always away from the one who is an oppressor. So you can oppress somebody, take what belongs to him. There is a way you pay for it. You pay for it one day. Because to such an extent, it is not just that Allah told you don't do it. Allah went as far as swearing. For the one who is being oppressed, He said, I will definitely fight for you, even if it is after this life. That's why one of the biggest harm you will do to yourself is to oppress people, and you are comfortable. You will pay. So it's foolishness for any side to think how you will succeed is by oppressing others. That is what, and that's where a Muslim differs. The Prophet said to the Sahabas one day, he said, help your brother as the oppressed and the oppressor. You see, he mentioned the two clear terms. He said, help your brother as the one being oppressed and also as the one oppressing. And the Sahaba said, oh, you the messenger of Allah. Yes, we know how to help our brother when they oppress him. By collecting for him what belongs to him. But how can we assist the oppressor? He said, by stopping him from oppression. So Ramadan entails a lot of things. And yes, when we follow it, the country will be better, our communities will be better, our organizations will be better. Yes, when you go contrary to it, make any law, that law doesn't change anything. Yes, make laws. So long as you refuse to follow the law of nature, then man-made law will not solve your problem. Yes, if you refuse to obey Allah's law, finish making your law will become useless. But if you want your law to work, you too submit to your maker. Just like the example I do give us. In a family that the children does not respect the father, then the elder brother should also expect the same thing. So if you can have a family where the father is not respected and the elder brother thinks he's somebody. If you are somebody, how do you become somebody? Because if you have your younger brother, your connection with him is you are brothers, you are siblings. That's the same thing, the same level. This is your father, he is his own father too. I mean, are you more son to him? No, you are equal. You are all children. You will not go and when the parents are sitting somewhere, you, the elder brother, will not go and sit with parents because you are not what? You are not parents. You are a child. So where the 1 year old you sit, they say, children, this is your place. That is where you 60 years that is a child will go and sit. So anybody who disrespects Allah can disrespect anybody. And anybody who respects Allah will respect everybody. Because when you respect Allah, you will follow His injunction. And when you follow Allah's injunction, your leader, you will respect your leader, you will respect your elder, you will treat your younger ones with what? With mercy. Because Allah gave you the instruction as to how to take care of everyone. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار اللهم اجعلنا في مقامنا هذا ذنبا إلا غفرته ولا هم إلا فرجته ولا كرب إلا نفضته ولا دين إلا قضيته ولا عسر يسرته ولا عدو إلا خذلته ولا ممكن إلا عافيته ولا ميتا إلا رحمته ولا حاجة من حوائج الدنيا والآخرة هي لك رضا ولنا فيها صلاة إلا أنت على قضائها ويسرتها برحمتك ورحمة الله.